Just a point of clarification. Is this a public hearing in which we're allowed to ask questions?
This is to hear from the public. Comments from the public.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, could I ask a question?
Yes,
just curious as to how one might then go about getting answers from the public. I mean, this morning we had as you know, we had a Finance Committee meeting where we had 37 minutes worth of questions and answers between members of the Finance Committee and the Jackson Labs Group and the administration, and now we have members of the public coming to testify and give us their thoughts, and we can't ask them questions. So how do we go about getting answers from the public to questions we have about their testimony?
I think we could direct those to the administration, and I hope that they're going to...
But like in Mr. Fabiano's case, he made comments about this that Representative Candelora clearly has interest in further exploring, and now we can't do that. So the administration can't answer on behalf of Mr. Fabiano.
We have a 3-hour hearing here. And we don't have time to go into a discussion on every single point raised by all the people who are here. This is to hear their comments, pro or con. If they raise questions, we can try to answer them as best as possible. The administration I think it's incumbent upon them to try to answer those questions. And they have done so in their written materials, and much of what he just said was answered this morning, and particularly with our questioning this morning.
Sure, but I think I appreciate that, but Mr. Fabiano has ideas as to what we should or should not be doing, and I think as a legislature we should get as much of an opportunity as we can to explore that. I mean, if we're in a public hearing process during session and a member of the public comes and testifies, we have the ability to ask them questions. So I would ask that we be given the respect of being able to ask questions of those who are testifying.
Okay. First of all, we're not in hearing. This is not a public hearing. This is an informational public hearing, an informational session to listen to the public. That we are not in session, so we're not. The rules do not apply, Representative, and we're going to move ahead. We've used almost 12 minutes now, 10 minutes on one person. We've got a list 25 long in front of me and even longer. Representative.
Yes, yes, thank you. Just to clarify for the representative, we're going to proceed through the list of speakers that have signed up to do due diligence to the people that have waited to hear, and we have a 5 o'clock, by the way, time frame that we are supposed to cease and desist on this public input portion. If there is time after we let the public speak, then we will allow for some questions up till 5 o'clock.
A question. We have a 5 o'clock deadline because we have self-imposed that deadline? This committee, this joint committee has self-imposed that deadline?
By the rule, yes, through the chair to the representative. The time frames and agenda for the meeting need to be posted 48 hours prior to the meeting. That was posted, and 5 o'clock was the date that was posted that this portion would end.
And through the chair to Representative Berger, we must end at the time that it was posted that we were going to end. Is that in our rules, or how? I mean, I'm just trying to get a handle on this time situation here.
Well, it's been posted on the agenda that it be 5, and let's see how it goes.
And I'll just end through the chair by saying, you know, when it was joked about in finance this morning about the New England Patriots deal, and it was represented to me more than once since that joke that we had 9 hours of public hearing testimony on the Patriots deal. We all know what happened there. You know, God forbid we railroad something through without exploring the thoughts of every person who wants to share those thoughts with us. That would be completely irresponsible and a dereliction of our duties. So I would ask very strongly that if a member of the public testifies, that we have the ability to ask them questions as we normally do throughout our process in this legislature.